And when he comes out, when we get the final information on how the surgery went, then we'll get you all the information that we have, pretty detailed. We'll be real transparent with it. I mean, there's no hiding it. That's a hole. That's the big man, right? So he has such an important place in that locker room. I think what we're going to get to.
The captain's crucible: how the Panthers survive and thrive without Barkov for 7 to 9 months. Good day, hockey fans, and welcome back to Across the NHL. I am your host, and today we are diving into one of the most devastating injuries to rock the National Hockey League this season. The sound was sickening, even through the layers of broadcast audio and roaring crowd. It was not a thunderous open ice hit. It was one of those awkward, tangled-up moments along the boards that every hockey fan has learned to dread. 1 minute, Aleksander Barkov, the stoic, sublime captain of the Florida Panthers, was battling for a puck. The next, he was on the ice, his leg contorted in a way that legs are not meant to bend, his face a mask of immediate, knowing agony. The official diagnosis that followed sent a chill through the Sunshine State and the entire NHL: a torn ACL and MCL. The timeline: 7 to 9 months. The implications: catastrophic. For the Florida Panthers, losing Barkov is not just like losing their best player. It is like a symphony losing its conductor, a castle losing its foundation, and an army losing its general, all at the same time. He is the Zelka Trophy-winning center who shuts down the other team's top lines. He is the near-point-per-game producer who drives the offense. He is the Sasha, who leads not with fiery speeches, but with an unshakable, impeccable work ethic. So what now? How does a team with Stanley Cup aspirations navigate the grueling 7 to 9 month wilderness without its North Star? This is not just a story about an injury. It is the story of a franchise's ultimate test. The immediate fallout from Barkov's injury cannot be overstated. When you lose a player who averages over 22 minutes per game, who takes crucial faceoffs, who quarterbacks your power play, and who seamlessly transitions between offensive zone creativity and defensive zone responsibility, you are not just filling one hole. You are plugging a dozen leaks simultaneously. Head coach Paul Maurice now faces the most complex puzzle of his coaching career. The Panthers built their entire system around Barkov's unique skill set. His ability to win faceoffs at a 60% clip allowed Florida to dictate possession from the drop of the puck. His defensive awareness meant Maurice could trust him against Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon, or any elite center in the league. His offensive vision created opportunities for Jonathan Huberdeau, Carter Verhaeghe, and the rest of the supporting cast. Without Barkov, the Panthers must completely reimagine their identity. The first domino to fall is the center position itself. Sam Bennett, typically a complementary piece, must now shoulder primary responsibilities. Bennett is a warrior, a player who embodies the grit and determination that defined Florida's recent playoff runs. But asking him to fill Barkov's defensive duties while maintaining his physical edge is like asking a heavyweight boxer to suddenly become a ballet dancer. The skills do not necessarily translate. The Panthers' depth chart tells a sobering story. Anton Lundell, the promising young Finn, showed flashes of brilliance in his rookie campaign, but expecting him to immediately replace a Zelka Trophy winner is unrealistic. Ita Luostarinen brings defensive responsibility, but lacks the offensive creativity that made Barkov so dangerous. The Panthers are essentially asking their supporting actors to become leading men overnight. Then there is the psychological element that analytics cannot measure. Barkov was not just the Panthers' best player. He was their emotional anchor. In a league where confidence can evaporate faster than ice under arena lights, losing your captain creates ripple effects throughout the locker room. Young players who look to Barkov for guidance must now find new role models. Veterans who relied on his presence during crucial moments must discover inner strength they may not have needed before. The silver lining, and yes, there is one, lies in Florida's recent championship experience. This is not a franchise that crumbles under pressure. The Panthers learned to win ugly during their Stanley Cup run. They discovered that hockey success is not always about individual brilliance. Sometimes it is about collective determination, about finding ways to grind out victories when your best-laid plans fall apart. Maurice must now deploy a by-committee approach that mirrors what successful teams have done in similar situations. When Sidney Crosby missed extended time, the Pittsburgh Penguins discovered depth they did not know they possessed. When Patrice Bergeron battled injuries, the Boston Bruins found ways to maintain their defensive structure through collective responsibility. The Panthers' power play, which ranked among the league's elite with Barkov orchestrating from the half-wall, must now become more egalitarian. Instead of relying on one player's vision, Florida needs multiple players to step up and contribute. This could actually benefit their long-term development, creating a more unpredictable and dangerous offensive attack. Defensively, the Panthers must embrace a more structured approach. Without Barkov's individual brilliance to cover mistakes, every player must elevate their defensive awareness. This is where veterans like Gustav Forsling and Aaron Ekblad become crucial. Their experience and leadership must compensate for the loss of their captain's defensive reliability. The trade deadline becomes infinitely more important for Florida. General Manager Bill Zito must balance immediate needs with long-term considerations. Do the Panthers mortgage their future for a rental player who might help them survive this season? Or do they trust their existing core and focus on developing internal solutions? History suggests that teams can overcome devastating injuries if they embrace collective responsibility. The key for Florida is not finding one player to replace Barkov. That player does not exist. Instead, they must find 5 or 6 players who can each contribute a piece of what their captain provided. This injury, devastating as it appears, might ultimately define the Panthers' championship character. Championships are not won by teams that avoid adversity. They are won by teams that overcome it. If Florida can navigate these next 7 to 9 months successfully, they will emerge as a more resilient, more dangerous organization. The captain's crucible has begun. The Florida Panthers are about to discover what they are truly made of without their North Star guiding the way. Thanks for watching Across the NHL. Subscribe for more in-depth hockey analysis, and let me know in the comments how you think the Panthers will handle life without their captain. Until next time, keep your stick on the ice.